Hello, everybody. Welcome to Townsend 505. Welcome to the channel if you're new, or welcome back if you're a lovely subscriber. Well, before I get into this video, I just got to give my usual shout outs. Of course, got to give my shout outs to my friend group who's been watching this list. Thank you very much. Uh, Even more special shout outs to Ryan Cam and Jacob Martin for listening to these albums as well. So, shout outs to you guys. And of course, uh, I got to give a shout out to Scott from SoundLab Studios and Jason from Jason Mule Millennial. They've been doing their top 100 albums as well. So check theirs out, of course. And now that that's over, let's continue. We're now on the top 50 albums portion of my list. So, 100 to 51, those albums are great. They're like, to me, amazing albums. But now we're really getting ourselves into like really, really good album territory. Like, we went from like really good albums. Now we're getting to like albums that are like, to me, just masterpiece albums. So we're really getting to the top shelf of music for me, and I'm really looking forward to, well, of course, talking about it. Number 50, Transformer by Lou Reed. This album was released November 8th. Hey, my birthday, November 8th, 1972. This was his second solo album. Of course, if you don't know who Lou Reed was, was he was in a band called Velvet Underground. Pretty he was pretty popular in the underground music genre, and he was pretty big member of that band. And of course, he did the 4 albums with them, and then he ends up breaking up, and then he went on his own way, doing, of course, a solo career. And well, this is such a good second album. I heard the first album, it was decent. I wasn't that big on the first album, but man, the second album is phenomenal. I think it's really, really good. Uh, this album was produced by David Bowie. So, I have tons of David Bowie on my top 100 album list. So, hearing that Bowie did the production is just absolutely fantastic. It's just you can hear the Bowie influence on this. Well, Bowie was influenced from Lou Reed to do Hunky Dory, but to me, this sounds like Lou Reed's Hunky Dory, and I'm all for it. Uh, Not really. It's kind of like his Hunky Dory because there are a lot of rock elements in it that weren't, like, I wouldn't say Hunky Dory was really much of a rock album, but this is kind of like his Hunky Dory. But besides that, phenomenal album. But let's get right into the track listing. We open up the album with Vicious, and so that what a vicious way to open up the album, and I mean that in a great way. I have like that great guitar work. Boom. You're so vicious. Boom, boom. Great opening song. I really, really great opening song to the album. Second track, Andy's Chest. A lot of interesting lyrics on this one. There's a lot of interesting lyrics on this one. It's like a song that you have to listen to for yourself. It's not a song that I really want to read the lyrics out loud to, but yeah, I really, really enjoy that song. Perfect Day, one of my favorites on the album. It's such a perfect day. Really beautiful song on the album. Another big highlight on the album, in my opinion. Uh, Hanging Round, pretty good song. I think it's a pretty solid song. Not like one of my favorites, but I think it's pretty good. Walk on the Wild Side, though. I love this song. It's like one of his big hits, but for a good reason. It's such a fun song. Hey, babe, take a walk on the wild side. Do 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 do. I love this song. It's definitely one of my favorites on the album. Um, I gotta say, 4 out of the 5 songs on side one are like top 5 songs on the album, and like top 5 songs I've heard from him so far. Really good songs. Side two opens up with "Makeup." Yeah, pretty good song. I think that's a pretty nice way to follow that one up. "Satellite of Love," another fantastic song from him. Don't really have much more to say, but it's another outstanding song. "Wagon Wheel," another good song on the album. "New York Telephone Conversation," I think it's a pretty fun. It's like only a minute and a half, but I think it's really good. "I'm So Free," I enjoyed. "Good Night, Ladies." It's it's an okay song. Kind of brings the value of of the album like down by a little bit. I mean, I still think it's like a 10 out of 10 album, and I mean, hey, look at the placement of the album. It ranks over a lot of other albums is like half of the list basically. So I think the other songs are just that much better. So still, definitely the weakest song on the album in my opinion. I'm not sure if that's like a hot take or not, but top 5 time. Number 5, "Satellite of Love." That's my favorite song on side two. Number 4, "Vicious." Number 3, "Perfect Day." Number 2, "Andy's Chest." And number 1, "Walk on the Wild Side." If any of you guys have any thoughts or feelings about this album, leave it in the comments below. But besides that, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time. So long.